He's not even, no, what are you doing? You had game anyways. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this game, guys. It's gonna be really exciting to see. Despia is easily one of the best decks in Master Duel. And what's crazy is that people have not experienced its top potential because it's such a splashable deck. This time around, we are going to be watching Despia Darklords, as Triple Eight is going to go ahead and activate Banishment of the Darklords, adding an Indulged Darklord, then activating its effect. He's going to go ahead and give his opponent Capricious Darklord and add a Darklord Itchel from his deck to his hand. So this is actually really cool. Now his opponent can't use cards like Lightning Storm on him. His opponent can't use cards like Cyframe Gamma on him. It's actually a couple of cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game that can't be used because his opponent has a monster. He'll then use Ishul to draw a card, and then Branded Opening, discard a Lower Darkness to add Aluber. What exactly does Aluber do for this deck? How does Despia want to work, guys? Well, the deck is ran through Aluber, Jester of Despia. When it's summoned, it allows you to get a branded card from your deck to your hand. That means you can get the Branded Opening, which allows you to spell summon any Despia monster from your deck to your side of the field, or you can add it to your hand, or it can get Theater of the Branded, which allows you to fusion summon. So, really cool cards. He's going to go ahead and add Despia Theater of the Branded, and then activate Despia Theater of the Branded using its effect to fuse, as this card can fuse anywhere from hand, field, or graveyard. The amazing thing about this is that your Despia monsters are also fairy. So it pairs really well with Darklord because you can make the first Darklord with ease. They're Dark Fairy. Darklords are Dark Fairy. The first Darklord says your opponent cannot target fairy monsters you control with effects. Poppin', right? You can only use one of the following effects of Darklord once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned using Darklord Morningstar as a material, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Obviously, I don't think it was fusion summoned using that, though. It would have been cool. All right. If this card are doing the main phase, you can pay 1,000 life points, special one fairy monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. So the amazing thing about this is that it can special summon any fairy monster from your hand or graveyard. So cards like Arklord Christia come up. Cards like your Aluber come up. All types of cards come up. We're going to see exactly how this works. He's going to use the first Darklord to be able to special summon Superbia. Superbia will target another fairy monster, which is going to be Ishul. And Ishul will go ahead and take 1,000 to be able to add Darklord Contract from his deck to his hand by shuffling in a Darklord card from his graveyard into his deck. He's then going to go ahead and set the Crossout Designator in past his turn. Let's see what he's playing against. Pot of Extravagance is going to be used by his opponent. He's going to try to get 2 cards, but it's going to be Ash Blossom and Enjoyous Spring tier. This game might be up for the sauce. He's then going to go ahead and follow up with Curse Outland. Looks like we're playing against Eldlich here. Pairing 800 to add Conquistador from his deck to his hand. And then Black Awakening will allow him to summon Eldlich the Golden Lord to his side of the field. He'll then activate Eldlich the Golden Lord, discarding a rivalry to get rid of Branded Theater. That is interesting. That's very, very interesting. So he chooses to get rid of the theater instead of the face down. Huh. Okay. Eldlich will then add itself to the hand and then summon itself to the side of the field. So our opponent has double Eldlich the Golden Lord. He can make a big play. And he's going to send a third Eldlich the Golden Lord to his graveyard. He's then going to attack over the issue, and that's going to be the end of his turn. I think that wasn't a great move. Well, to be honest, even making the Gustav Max, inflicting 2,000, and making the big Rail Cannon Jugs to attack over multiple monsters isn't good. We know that he has a Conquistador, so never mind. This is probably the best he can do right now. The amazing thing about the first Darklord is that it is 4,000 defense. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And then he can use it to summon Aluber. Aluber can add into the Branded Theater from his deck to his hand. And it's almost like he had to destroy the Theater because Theater does have another great effect that if one of your non-fusion fairies are destroyed, you can special summon a fusion monster from your graveyard. Going into his battle phase, he's going to go ahead and attack Eldlich the Golden Lord with Superbia. And then the first Darklord will declare an attack, but Conquistador will be activated to destroy the... Yo, your opponent cannot target fairy monsters you control with card effects. It came up. Wait, hold on. No, it didn't. Yo, it didn't come up. But, even if his opponent were to attempt to destroy the first Darklord, we have Branded Opening in Graveyard, which can banish to protect the first Darklord. So, even if he did have the ability to attempt to get rid of the first Darklord, he has protection. And getting rid of any of these cards actually helps 88. So he's going to go ahead and go into main phase 2 and perform a Link summon. He's going to go ahead and summon IP Masquerena here, which will give him some good plays. Skill Drain will get activated. First Darklord will be Chain Link 2. So normally you feel confident going into the Skill Drain game as an Eldlich player. But the problem with that is that they have big monsters too. He's then going to go ahead and link into an Access Code Talker. That's interesting here. And then Access Code Talker will tribute itself to destroy the Skill Drain. Access Code Talker does banish for cost, so that is a quick way out of the Skill Drain. Eldlich or Black Awakening will set the Conquistador, and you would imagine he summons Eldlich the Golden Lord here. Maxi will be activated because that is the only time he'll probably get advantage from Maxi. And 3,500 is huge, but not big enough to get over the first Darklord, who on end phase will use the effect to special summon Superbia. Superbia will summon Aluber. Aluber can add a Theater in Branded from the deck to the hand. But this time he's going to get Branded Opening. It's crazy how at the cost of 1,000 life points, he can keep setting up. On the end phase, he's going to go ahead and set a Sanguine. But with Triple Eight running out of life points, how exactly will he be able to get back into this game? Summoning a Condemned Darklord to his side of the field. He's going to go ahead and discard a Branded Opening, but the Conquistador will be chained here. Don't understand how that's going to work here. Branded Opening is going to get banished. He's going to be able to search the Darklord Superbia. Then Itchel will discard the Superbia to draw 2 more cards. Opening, discarding the banishment to add Tragedy. And then Allure of Darkness, drawing 2 cards and banishing the Tragedy. That will trigger the effect of Despia Tragedy, be able to add another monster from his deck to his hand in Dramaturge. And then the Condemned Darklord will banish 2 to summon Dramaturge to his side of the field. It feels good to just summon monsters bigger than Eldlich. Like, normally this deck is the bully on the block, but not today. Sanguine will special summon Eldlich the Golden Lord back to the side of the field, but it's almost like this monster has been running for its life. And then on the end phase, Condemned Darklord will gain 500 life points for each fairy monster on the field, giving 88 back the life points he needs. An Extravagance will find itself into a Cursed Outland. He'll pay 600. He'll get the Golden Land forever. What is this going to do right now? Then Eldlich the Golden Lord will go ahead and summon itself. Here's where he makes his train monster, and this could be game. Yo, if he makes the Gustav Max here, he can then make the super mega train after inflicting 2,000, right? It's 6,000 attack. Your boy's at 3,000 attack for game. Yo, into this game. So he's going to send Hakuto to the graveyard. The first Darklord will activate summoning Superbia. Superbia will activate summoning a Darklord monster. He's going to call by the grave said Darklord monster. Crossout Designator going to come in the clutch. It's going to banish a Call by the Grave to stop Call by the Grave. This deck is hitting. So what does this one do? You can take 2 Dark... Okay, this is the one that takes 2 Darklord special summon. Okay, cool. He's not even... No! No! No, what are you doing? You had game anyways. Wow. Sanguine will then set the Conquistador. We know. Oh, yeah. He did use Pot of Extravagance. He doesn't even have the cards. He doesn't even have the cards. It's a possibility he doesn't even have the cards there, but that would have been game right there. Eldlich is going to set a full board back to their side of the field. But the problem with this particular situation is the problem that we've been talking about with Eldlich. I said in the tier list is that if they don't have the proper cards to be able to win the game quickly or stop you from doing what you're doing, then it can be really rough from them. Conquistador summons itself to destroy Superbia, but Superbia will resolve with effect, summoning Drama back to the side of the field. And then Aluber will get Solemn Judgment. Eldlich is quickly just running out of resources here. Golden Land Forever will negate Capricious Darklord. What exactly would that have done? I'm curious. You can activate this effect. Tribute one fairy monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack for each fairy monster on the field. Yeah, that would have been huge. That would have been pretty huge. So he might have to do it. Dramaturge attacks over his Eldlich the Golden Lord. And then I think he link summons into another Condemned. No, he makes Hope Harbinger this time around. And then the first Darklord pays 1,000 to summon Superbia. Superbia then summons Condemned Darklord back to his side of the field. And then he links off again. Thought he was going to keep the Condemned. But no, he makes Nightmare Unicorn here. Unicorn activates his effect, getting rid of the Itchel to shuffle in the Golden Lord. He switches the first Darklord to defense, but Sanguine is going to summon it back. It's actually ridiculous how well that this Darklord Despia deck has been just playing Eldlich, as the Eldlich strategy has pretty much been playing for its life this entire game. Eldlich the Golden Lord finds itself back to the side of the field. Oh, Darklord putting itself in the danger zone. 600 life points. Why would you do that? This is game if we just use Eldlich the Golden Lord to attack into the night. Hope Harbinger. Hope Harbinger. Yo! He has to attack into the Hope Harbinger first. Pot of Prosperity, banishing those last 3 cards. Finding Extravagance. Finding Compose. Finding IO. At the Extravagance, dog. Yo, he's banished all of his cards from his extra deck. Eldlich is not looking good right now. Despia Darklord is literally running away with this game. Draws into the Super Poly here. Then links off his Capricious and his Nightmare Unicorn. Makes a link for an Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. Activates the effect of his Capricious, reducing the attack of all of his monsters. And now the first Darklord goes for game. It is ridiculous how this deck can play inside of Master Duel. Shaddoll may be the answer. Invoked may be the answer. Pure may be the answer. But I can tell you one thing. Darklord is not far behind, as this deck is too strong. 5 out of 5 Squamadas. And of course, if you want to see more Master Duel Cali, go ahead and check out these videos, as of course I'll catch you on the next one.